أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
الحمد لله الذي ليس لأولية الابتداء ولا لأزلية الانقضاء وانحسرت الأوصاف عن كنه معرفته وردعت عظمته العقول والذي لا تواري عنه سماء سماء ولا أرض أرضا ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على سيد البطحاء سيد المرسلين والأنبياء أبي القاسم محمد المصطفى
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى الجوهرة القدسية البتول العذراء سيدة النساء فاطمة الزهراء وعلى بعلها أمير المؤمنين وبنيها الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
لا سيما على بقية الله وحجته الكبرى الذي بيمنه رزق الورى وبوجوده ثبتت الأرض والسماء ولولاه لصاخت الأرض بأهلها واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من حين عداوتهم إلى قيام يوم الدين أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم واصبروا إن الله مع الصابرين وقال أيضا الله يحب الصابرين صلوات
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
I was talking about the various values of Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam on Thursday nights, and tonight is the value of sabr, and actually the anti-value, which is al-jaza. Tonight I would like to talk about this anti-value which we are supposed to avoid, that is called al-jaza. In Farsi we say betabi, freaking out. So this is the opposite of sabr, or adam al-sabr al-bala. That means a person lacks the sabr and patience over the calamity, over the test of Allah. What is required, what is expected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that we understand the bala. And even if we don't understand it, our knowledge is low, we should at least submit to the rida and pleasure. That's the minimum required from a moment. So if we increase in the knowledge and the wisdom, we would even understand the wisdom behind the bala that arrives from Allah. But even if we don't understand the wisdom, we are supposed to realize that it's coming from Allah, and it's coming from Allah. It always has wisdom, it always has benefit, it's always better for us, and thus we are supposed to submit instead of objecting on that. So here's the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Man ya'rifu al-bala yasbiru alayhi. Whoever has the ma'rifat of bala will end up having sabr on the bala. وَمَنْ لَا يَعْرِفُهُ يُنْكِرُهُ. And someone who doesn't have the ma'rifat of bala will end up denying it. So When we misbehave towards the bala arriving from Allah, it's equal to denying it, because the whole purpose why Allah is sending down the bala is not recognized by us. We did not submit. We start objecting. Why is this happening to me? Why is Allah doing this to me? We start objecting against Allah. This is equal to denying the entire wisdom behind it. So another hadith says, before I come to a story, let's see the value of sabr and how much we are supposed to avoid jaza, freaking out over the bala and test of Allah. So another hadith says, al-jaza'u halakun. That means if you show lack of patience and you are freaking out over the bala, this is halakat and devastation. You are destroying your own self. So even if we start freaking out, we will show our frustration over that. We show that we are sick and tired. Why is this happening to me? Allah is not going to change that because of our expressions and our statements. He will continue to do what His wisdom says. So we are going to affect our own selves and destroy ourselves. How is the destruction? You learn from the hadith. So another hadith says that إِيَّاكَ وَالْجَزَاء فَإِنَّهُ يَقْطَعُ الْأَمَلِ. Keep away from jaza because it breaks the hope. We are supposed to keep our hope in Allah always, in all situations. وَيُضَعِّفْ الْعَمَلِ. And it weakens the action. You'll stop doing the positive action that is required in the time of test. You are required to do the positive action. Allah puts us through the pain, suffering, test, calamity, so we come out with the flying colors and we succeed and we move forward in the spiritual uplift, takamul ar-ruhani, move forward in that. So if you are freaking out on the bala that Allah has sent, you're not going to do the required action based on that bala. This is going to make your action weak. وَيُورِثُ الْهَمْ. It brings about sorrow in your qalb. وَاعْلَمْ أَنَّ الْمَخْرَجِ فِي أَمْرَيْنِ مَا كَانَتْ فِيهِ حِيلَةٌ فَالِاحْتِيَاطُ وَمَا لَمْ تَكُنْ فِيهِ حِيلَةٌ فَالِاصْطِبَارُ. So the exit lies in two things. If there is a way, if there is a logical way out, you will try to find a logical way out. If there is no logical way out, then you need to keep on, continue doing the sabr and patience. So, Imam Ali at the time of the departure of the Prophet, he said in the Dafn Nabi, Inna sabra la jamilun illa anka. Sabr and patience is jameel and something appreciated, nice, beautiful, except regarding you. We are always supposed to remember the Prophet, his departure, his personality, his sunnat, his mawqif, his teaching, his values should always be there, right? وَإِنَّ الْجَزَاءَ لَقَبِيحٌ إِلَّا عَلَيْكَ. And jaza is bad except over you. Well, jaza over Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam is mustahab. That we need to understand these limits and where a thing is condemned and where something is not only permissible but actually it's good and appreciated. So when over the Prophet and Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, it's something recommended. Also, if you have jaza, you have frustration and you are freaking out over something that you missed, you could not get, you could not acquire, we are better supposed to do this jaza behavior over things that did not reach us. If things that did not reach from Allah, if we do jaza, it will make us to be focused on how to achieve those things. وَاسْتَدْلِلْ عَلَى مَا لَمْ يَكُنْ بِمَا كَانَ. And do your the process of proving what has not happened through what has already happened. So all the tests that Allah has sent your way, make that as an evidence to prove that what has not happened can also happen. This is the right approach. فَإِنَّ الْأُمُورَ أَشْبَاهُ, because things are similar. This is how they are trying to teach us. And also another hadith from Imam Ali Islam says, Al-jaza'u at'ab min as-sabr. Jaza is actually more tiring than the patience. If you think patience is very difficult, hard to handle, you can't stand it, jaza is actually more tiring. If you only realize what jaza is doing against you, you would understand how it's more tiring for yourself. Al-jaza'u inda al-musibati ashaddu min al-musiba. When we do the jaza, bitabi, freaking out over a test of Allah, that is actually more severe than the test itself. Test was easy. Now it becomes severe. Al-jaza'u inda al-musiba yaziduha. When you do the jaza over a calamity and test of Allah, it increases that. Was-sabru alayha yubiduha. When you do the sabr, it kills it, it removes it. Through the sabr, we remove the calamity. We remove the test. So, لا تجزعوا من قبل من قليل ما أكرهكم. So, whatever less that you have been put through in the life, whatever less amount of hardships and tests you've been put through, don't do jaza over that much. فَيُوقِعُكُمْ ذَلِكَ فِي كَثِيرٍ مِّمَّا تَكْرَهُونَ. Because your jaza is going to put you further in what you dislike. And also the hadith says from Imam Al-Kadhim alayhi salam,
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Al-musibatu lis-sabiri wahida wa lil-jazi' isnatan. Musiba, the test from Allah, is one for the person who performs patience. And musibat is one. But if you do the jaza, bitabi, then musibat becomes two. So some of the scholars said the reason why musibat becomes two is that you lose all the thawab. You will continue going through the pain and suffering because your jaza is not going to remove that pain and suffering. Allah will continue to do what His wisdom dictates. And you were supposed to get some sawab through the sabr, and you lost all the sawab as well. Musibat becomes twice, doubled, right? It makes sense. And also Imam Ali salam says, Al-jaza'u la yadfa'u al-qadar. Al-qadr, not qadar, al-qadr. So jaza is not going to repel the decision of Allah, Allah's decree. So Allah is qada and qadar. Qada and qadar are when Allah decrees something to happen, it happens, right? So jaza is not going to repel that. وَلَكِنْ يَحْبِطُ الْأَجْرَ, but it drops down the reward. If you were doing the sabr in that, you would have been rewarded. Your entire reward is gone because of your bitabi. This is basically our bitabi. Freaking out over the test of Allah is a sign of ignorance of the person. He failed to understand the whole value of sabr in Islam. That's why he's showing this behavior, and he has no ma'rifat of the value. Why Allah sent? Who sent the bala in our way? Allah, right? Is there anybody? We believe in Tawheed al-Af'ali, right? Tawheed al-Zat, Tawheed al-Sifat, Tawheed al-Af'al. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one in terms of His essence, Tawheed al-Zat, one in terms of His Sifat, and one in terms of His actions. All the actions done in the universe are under His Mashiyyat, because of His Mashiyyat. That's why our philosophers say, Ma sha'allahu kana, wa ma lam yasha' lam yakun. It's wrong to say ma sha'a lam yakun. No, ma lam yasha lam yakun. Whatever Allah wished happened. Whatever He did not wish did not happen. So anything which is happening, all the af'al and actions that are taking place are under the mashiyyat of Allah. People who are doing good getting the rewards, people who are doing bad become deserving of the punishments, but the mashiyyat is from Allah. Good doers are responsible for their good deeds, bad doers are responsible for their bad deeds. But af'al are under the mashiyyat and will of Allah. Who's giving the power and freedom to us, the humans, to do good or bad? Allah. And His will is always supervising. So it says that اغلبوا الجزاء بالصبر, overcome your jaza, be tabi through the patience. فإن الجزاء يحبط الأجر, because jaza drops down the reward. ويعظم الفجيعة, it makes the problem bigger. من جزع فنفسه عذب, whoever freaks out, he is torturing his own self. فنفسه عذب وبأمر الله سبحانه أضاع, and he is wasting the amr and command of Allah. وثوابه باع, and he's selling out the reward of Allah. Look at how much we destroy ourselves through this anti-value of jaza. So من ملكه الجزاء حرم فضيلة الصبر, whoever is occupied by jaza, he is deprived of the fadilat and superiority of patience. You see how Sayyidah Zainab salamullah alayha, when Ibn Ziyad says to her that كيف وجدت صنع الله بأخيك, this is not only an insultive statement, but also, and not only sarcastic, but also insultive. And how did you see what Allah did towards your brother? So he was trying to say that Allah is the one who killed, and Allah did not want Imam Hussein to get killed. Allah wanted Imam Hussein to be respected and obeyed as the Mawla and Imam. And Yazid should not be accepted, the Taghut should not be accepted as the Khalifa of the Prophet by the Jahil people. That's what the Mashiyyat of Allah was. But the people were Jahil, people were Fasid, people were Zalim who supported Yazid as Khalifa of the Prophet, accepting him as the Khalifa of the Prophet. Where he is the Fasid and Zalim, he can never be the Khalifa of Prophet. So Allah's Mashiyyat was not this, for Imam Hussein to be slaughtered. Allah wanted Imam Hussein to be honored and obeyed. But this is how he was sarcastic, right? So she replies the famous sentence which you all know, that Ma ra'aytu illa jamilan, I saw nothing but beauty. So this is beauty of Allah, because she's looking in the perspective that these people are the ones for whom Allah has written down shahada and martyrdom, and they went towards their, for their martyrdom. They got their takamul, they got their success before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From Imam Hussein's perspective, he's successful. So, this is narrated in Kamil al-Ziyara, that Masma' comes to Imam as-Sadiq alayhi salam, and Imam alayhi salam said to him, so Imam alayhi salam said to him, Ya Masma', Anta min ahl al-Iraq, are you from the people of Iraq? Ama ta'ti qabr al-Hussein, don't you go to the grave of Imam Hussein alayhi salam? And Masma' said to Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam, La, no, ana rajulun mashhoor inda ahl al-Basra, I am a famous guy in the people of Basra. عندنا من يتبع هوى هذا الخليفة. There are people who are basically, spying, basically finding out people who have connections with Ahlul Bayt, and they report to the ruler. So, من أهل القبائل من النصاب وغيرهم, people of those tribes, those who are Nasibi, and others are after us. وَلَسْتُ آمَنَهُمْ أَنْ يَرْفَعُوا حَالِي. I don't feel safe. These people can report against me to the ruler. So I can't visit the grave of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. So Imam said, أَفَمَا تَذْكُرُ مَا صُنِعَ بِهِ. Don't you recall what was done to Imam Hussain? So if you cannot visit the grave, you can at least remember, do the dhikr, remember what happened to Imam Hussain alayhi salam. He said, yeah. فَتَجْزَى. So do you have jaza? I said to you earlier, jaza for Prophet and Ahlul Bayt is mustahab. He said, hey, wallahi, asta'biru dhalika. I swear to Allah, yes, we do the jaza. I do the jaza, and I end up crying over Imam Hussain Islam. Hatta yara ahli athara dhalik alayya. My family members see how I get affected when I cry over Imam Hussain Islam. فَأَمْتَنِي مِنَ الطَّعَامِ. I don't, want to eat food at that time. I stopped eating food at that time. And يَسْتَبِينَ ذَلِكَ فِي وَجْهِ. This kayfiyat, this situation is apparent from my face when I am in that situation. So he's describing to Imam Sadiq Islam how he goes through the jaza and pain, and he shows his how much he's upset over the killing of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. So Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said, Rahimallahu dam'ataka. May Allah have mercy over your tear. Ama innaka min alladhina yu'adduna min fi ahli al-jaza' lana. You are definitely among those people who are counted among those who do jaza for us. Jaza for Ahlul Bayt, remember, is mustahab. وَالَّذِينَ يَفْرَحُونَ لِفَرَحِنَا وَيَحْزَنُونَ لِحُزْنِنَا. And among those people who become happy for our happiness and become sorrowful for our sorrow. وَيَخَافُونَ لِخَوْفِنَا. And they are afraid, they get fearful because of our fear. Things for which the enemies were running after Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, for the similar reasons they are running after the Shias and followers of Ahlul Bayt, right? Similar reasons. So we share the same fear. يَخَافُونَ لِخَوْفِنَا وَيَأْمَنُونَ إِذَا أَمِنَّا. And they are safe when we are safe. أَمَا إِنَّكَ سَتَّرَى عِنْدَ مَوْتِكَ حُضُورَ آبَائِي. You are definitely going to see coming of my ancestors next to you at the time of your death. وَصِيَّتُهُمْ مَلَكَ الْمَوْتِ. And you're going to see how they are going to advise you, they are going to advise the angel of death about you. وَصِيَّتُهُمْ مَلَكَ الْمَوْتِ بِكَ وَمَا يُلَقُّونَكَ بِهِ مِنَ الْبَشَارَةِ أَفْضَلِ. And what the Ahlul Bayt are going to give the glad tidings and good news and basharat about you to the is even superior. وَمَا تَقَرُّ بِهِ عَيْنُكَ قَبْلَ الْمَوْتِ. And this is going to make your eyes, happy before death. وَلَمَلَكُ الْمَوْتِ أَرَقْ وَأَشَدُّ رَحْمَةً لَكَ مِنَ الْأُمِّ الشَّفِيقَةِ ala waladiha. An angel of death is going to be more soft-hearted and more merciful than a loving mother towards her child. This is how the angel of death is going to behave, because this guy is doing jaza over Imam Hussain alayhi salam, remembers him. ثُمَّ إِسْتَعْبَرَ وَاسْتَعْبَرْتْ مَعَهُ. Then Asma says Imam Sadiq started to cry. And I also end up crying along with him. فَقَالَ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الَّذِي فَضَّلَنَا عَلَى خَلْقِهِ بِالرَّحْمَةِ. All the praise belongs to that Allah who made us superior over His creatures through mercy. وَخَصَّنَا أَهْلَ الْبَيْتِ بِالرَّحْمَةِ. And He specified us Ahl al-Bayt with the mercy. يَا مَسْمَعْ إِنَّ الْأَرْضَ وَالسَّمَاءِ. The تبكي منذ قتل أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام. The earth and the heavens are crying since Imam Ali alayhi salam got killed. Since that time. And rahmatan lana, so they show, this is a way of showing mercy for us, Ahlul Bayt. وَمَا بَكَى لَنَا مِنَ الْمَلَائِكَةِ أَكْثَرُ, and the amount of angels who cried upon us is even more than what, heaven, sama, asman, heaven is crying. وَمَا رَقَعَتْ دُمُوعُ الْمَلَائِكَةِ مُنْذُ قَتْلِنَا, since we were killed, the tears of angels never stopped. وَمَا بَكَى أَحَدٌ رَحْمَةً لَنَا وَلِمَا لَقِينَا, and anyone who cries for the sake of mercy upon us and what we've faced, إِلَّا رَحِمَهُ اللَّهُ قَبْلَ أَن تَخْرُجَ الدَّمْعَ مِنْ عَيْنِهِ, except that Allah provides His mercy to that person before the teardrop exits his eyes. Before your tear comes out, you are, before the coming of the tear, you get the mercy from Allah. Look at the reward of jaza over Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. فَإِذَا سَالَتْ دُمُوعُهُ, when his tears fall out عَلَى خَدِّهِ, on his cheek, فَلَوْ أَنَّ قطرة من دموعه سقطت في جهنم لأطفأت حرها حتى لا يوجد لها حر. If one drop of that tear falls on the hellfire, it will extinguish the entire hellfire so much that nothing of the fire would remain any longer inside Jahannam. One drop of that tear can extinguish the entire hellfire. Look at the reward of doing jaza over Ahlul Bayt. Not doing jaza on the calamities and tests that we face in our life, showing sabr on that, but doing jaza over what happened to Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. وَأَنَّ الْمُوجِعْ لَنَا قَلْبَهُ لَيَفْرَحْ يَوْمَ يَرَانَا عِنْدَ مَوْتِهِ. Anyone who has jaza on us, Ahlul Bayt, will be happy when he sees us at the time of his death. فَرْحَةً لَا تَزَالُ تِلْكَ الْفَرْحَةِ. He would be so much happy that happiness would never depart him. That means an eternal happiness. Eternal happiness. This is the reward of jaza over Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Eternal happiness. Happiness will never depart. حَتَّى يَرِدُ عَلَيْنَا الْحَوْض, until he arrives at the fountain. Imam is talking about the fountain of Kawthar, which belongs to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then he says, وَإِنَّ الْكَوْثَرَ لَيَفْرَحْ بِالْمُحِبِّينَ. The fountain of Kawthar itself becomes happy with our lovers. إِذَا وَرَدَ عَلَيْهِ بِمُحِبِّنَا إِذَا وَرَدَ عَلَيْهِ. As soon as a lover of Ahlul Bayt arrives at the fountain of Kawthar, the fountain itself becomes happy. Well, all of these things are living creatures of Allah. The kursi is not of Allah, the chair of Allah, the divine arsh, the law, the slate, the qalam, the fountains created by Allah, the paradise itself, the hellfire, all of these things are living creatures of Allah. They have sense, they have aql, ta'aqqul, they can speak as well. They are all busy in the dhikr of Allah. They can all speak, and some of those talks have been, of some of these things have actually been recorded in the hadith. حتى أنه ليذيقه من ضروب الطعام, until he would be given to taste various types of food. ما لا يشتهي أن يصدر. So various types of things that would be given to this lover of Ahlul Bayt. Ya masma, man shariba minhu sharbatan lam yadhma ba'daha abada. Anyone who drinks a drink from the fountain of Kawthar is never going to get thirsty ever. وَلَمْ يَسْتَقِ بَعْدَهَا أَبَدًا. He's not going to ask for water after that ever. وَهُوَ ask for the drink. وَهُوَ فِي بَرْدٍ الْكَافُورِ, and he's in the cold of Kafur. وَرِيحِ الْمِسْكِ, and in the nice smell of musk. Musk is considered to be the best of the natural odors, right? وَطَعْمُ الزَّنْجَبِيل, and we will get the taste of zanjabil. أَحْلَى مِنَ الْعَسَلِ, sweeter than the honey. وَأَلْيَنْ مِنَ الزَّبَدِ, and softer than the foam. You see, on the surface of sea waves, there is a foam. It's very soft. You touch it, it's gone, and it's very soft to touch. So this drink is softer than the foam. وَأَصْفَى مِنَ الدَّمْعِ, and it's purer than the teardrop. وَأَزْكَى مِنَ الْعَمْبَرِ, and it's more purified and clean than ambar. يَخْرُجُ مِنْ تَسْنِيم, gets out of the steam. So فيه من القدحان أكثر من عدد النجوم السماء, and it has, this fountain of Kausar has those mugs or cups which are used for drinking, for getting water, getting the drink in it. Those are so many, more than the stars in the sky. The stars in the sky are countless, they are more than that. يوجد ريحه من مسيرة 1000 عام. The smell of that can be felt from the distance of 1000 years. We don't know whether these years are the calculation of that world, the calculation of this world. Even if you take it, the calculation of this world, even if you take a person who is walking on foot, the worst case scenario, even if you walk for 1000 years on foot, you're talking about thousands and tens of thousands of miles, right? 1000 years on foot, even if a person walks on foot. But so, وَقَدْحَانُهُ مِنَ الذَّهَبِ وَالْفِضَّةِ, and its mugs are from gold and silver. Well, using the utensils, forks, spoons, plates, bowls, cups of gold and silver is haram in the Sharia. We are not supposed to use that, right? For men and women both. But in that abode, for Kausar, its mugs are made of gold and silver. Wa alwan al-jawhar, and that's all. The descriptions are there. And Imam alayhi salam then said to Masma that Ama innaka, you are definitely one of those mimman turwa minha, among those who will be given that drink. Wama min aynin bakat lana, and there isn't an eye that cries for us illa nu'amat bin-nadhari ila al-Kawthar, except that eye is blessed to look at the fountain of Kawthar, was suqiyat minhu, and he's going to provide the drink from that. So this is wa anna ala al-Kawthar. Then Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says wa anna ala al-Kawthar amirul mu'minin alayhi salam wa fi yadihi asa min awsaj. And at the fountain of Kawthar is Imam alayhi salam. He has a stick from awsaj. يحتم بها أعداءنا. فيقول الرجل منهم, one of the people would say to Imam alayhi salam at that time, إني أشهد الشهادتين. That means I bear witness about the basic two witnesses. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. فيقول انطلق إلى إمامك. Imam Ali would say to this guy, go to your Imam. Fulan, Imamika Fulan. Go to your Imam, your leader, such and such guy. فاسأله أن يشفع لك. Ask him to do shafa'at for you. فيقول تبرأ مني إمامي الذي تذكره. That Imam that you're talking about, he already did bara'at, he already disassociated himself from me. Then Imam Ali salam says, ارجع وراءك فقل للذي كنت تتولاه. Return back and ask this to the person whom you accepted as your wali. وتقدمه على الخلق, and you used to give preference to that guy over the creatures. فاسأله إذا كان خير الخلق عندك. If he was the best person among everyone else, then ask him to do shafa'at for you. So this is going to happen. Then Masma says to Imam Sadiq Ju'iltu fadak, may I be sacrificed on you. وكيف يقدر على الدنو من الحوض. How does this kind of person who did not accept Imam Ali salam, how in the world did he get that much close to the fountain of Kawthar? And this is where Imam Ali salam says, وَرَعٌ عَنْ أَشْيَاءٍ قَبِيحًا. Keeping away, abstaining from bad things. So obviously this guy has some good things in his personality, keeping away from the bad things, haram, indecent, wrong things, if you keep away. Remember, I always say in my speech that all the ahkam of Sharia has asarun takmeeniyya, inseparable, inbuilt impacts. Just like the fire always burns. It's an inbuilt impact. So you do any good deed and it has an inbuilt good impact for that. Any bad deed, it's an inbuilt bad impact for that. So the person who has wara, he abstains from the harams in his life, abstains from bad and indecent things, obviously he's going to have some impact on his soul. وَكَفَّ عَنْ شَتْمِنَا أَهْلَ الْبَيْتِ. And this guy abstained from talking bad against us, Ahl al-Bayt. He did not accept the Ahl al-Bayt as the wali and mawla and imams. If he accepted, then he would be bearing 3 witnesses instead of 2 witnesses, right? But he himself said, I bear 2 witnesses. So he doesn't believe in the walayat and imamat of Ahl al-Bayt. But he did not do the shatm, did not do the bad talk against Ahl al-Bayt. إِذَا ذُكِرْنَا, whenever we were mentioned. وَتَرَكَ أَشْيَاءً اجْتَرَعَ عَلَيْهَا غَيْرُهُ. And he left other things that rest of the people did not leave. وَلَيْسَ ذَلِكَ لِحُبِّنَا. That was not for the sake of our love. ولكن ذلك لشدة اجتهاده في عبادته. So that's because of his own viewpoint in ibadat. So فَأَمَّا قَلْبُهُ, then later on Imam Ali says as per this hadith, فَأَمَّا قَلْبُهُ فَمُنَافِقٌ. As far as his qalb goes, is a munafiq. So I'm just summarizing because the hadith is long, when skipping some sentences. So the bottom line is that this is going to happen because a person is doing jaza for Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, then this kind of movement will be rewarded, and those who don't have the iman will be deprived from that. Before I come to the end of my speech, it's important to know that as-sabru ala al-bala afdal min al-afiya fi al-raha. Imam Ali alayhi salam says that having patience over the hardship is better than having afiyat. So if you are, without any test from Allah, you are free, you are safe, you are happy, nothing is going on against you, you are in a situation of afiyat. Imam Ali says having sabr over the test is better than having afiyat in the happiness. If you are in the happy time and you are having afiyat, that's not better. It's better that you go through the calamity and then you do sabr over it. That's how we get the takamul, right? That's how we get elevated further and further high. you know, so this is uh, this is the highness we can acquire. Remember what Prophet has said to Imam Hussein alayhi salam, "Inna laka ladarajat, lan tanalaha illa bishahada." You have certain levels that you would never acquire without martyrdom. Because Imam Hussein alayhi salam went through those hardships. He did the sabr, ridam bi qada'ihi wa tasliman li amrih, right? And always remembering Allah, always being thankful. Last moments of his life, Bismillahi wa billah, wa fi sabilillah, wa ala millati Rasulillah. Right? So Imam Hussein is completely submitting and radi and pleased with the qada and qadr and thankful. So he acquires those darajat that are unthinkable for us because of the sabr that he did. So someone asked Imam al-Baqir salam, Yarhamukallah, mas sabr al-jameel. What is a sabr al-jameel? Nice and appreciated patience. قال ذلك صبر ليس فيه شكوى إلى الناس. That is that kind of sabr where you have no complaint towards Allah. You don't bring up your complaint to the people, you bring your complaint before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وآله الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of us the tawfiq to have sabr in all the bala and jaza for the Prophet and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Ya Allah, 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 Ya Allah. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين واخذل الكفار والمنافقين. اللهم انصر من نصر الدين واخذل من خذل المسلمين. اللهم انصر واحفظ وأيد علماءنا الربانيين ومراجعنا الربانيين، لا سيما الولي الفقيه قائد المسلمين. اللهم انصر جيوش المسلمين وعساكر الموحدين. اللهم فك عن الأسراء المسلمين. اللهم وفقنا لما تحب وترضى، وعجل في فرج مولانا صاحب الزمان، واجعلنا من أنصاره وأشياعه وأتباعه وأعوانه بجاه محمد وآله الطاهرين. Let's read the ayat al-Kareemah 5 times for all the mu'mineen and mustadafeen and mahroomeen and mazlumeen, especially those who have requested for dua and those who are sick. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. 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 اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.